Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about everything that I made in fall. I almost didn't film this video because I did not have a very prolific fall. I didn't actually make a whole lot of stuff, but I decided to share this anyway. I think it's important to show that not every season of your life is going to be prolific, profitable. You're not always going to have the same amount of energy and be able to make the same amount of things. I did struggle for a bit with burnout at the end of October because I had spent so long trying to finish a bunch of projects and videos so that I could have things to post while I was away for a couple of weeks. I have not actually filmed since mid-October. The last 3 videos that you've seen were all pre-filmed before my holiday. Let's begin. The first thing that I finished in fall was I made a homebound cardigan by Daisy and Dime, a crochet cardigan. Here's a photo here. I don't have it anymore. I gave it to my twin sister because I did not actually like the way that it sat on me and I never wore it. I think I like my cardigans to be more fitted than that one is. That one was too baggy and oversized, which is not the vibe I'm going for lately. I will try to get my sister to take a photo and I will put that here. The next thing I made was a bag for my sister's fiance. She got to choose the bag. I sent her a bunch of bags that I wanted to make and then she got to choose which one she wanted. I made the Nuria bag by Sarah Merriam and I did film a bit about that right before I gave it to her, so I'll insert that clip now. So there's a front pocket here and then there's this butterfly clasp. That's how you open it. And then this is the main part of the bag. There's a big pocket back here, a big pocket up here. These two are twin pockets. And then there's twin pockets on the sides as well. And then a double-sided zipper opens the middle. And there's a zippered pocket in here, then another large roomy compartment there. The next thing I made was I finished crocheting all of the log cushions that I wanted to make for my living room. I am not going to talk very much about that because I have talked about that in so many videos. I'm happy with them. They function very well. The next thing I made was this damsel top, which was a process. I'm definitely not going to make another one, and this is my first time wearing it since I made it. But I am going to a concert in February, and I'm planning an outfit around this. And I do really like how it looks when I wear it. I think it looks nice over this wrap dress I made. I don't regret making it, but yeah, I'm not going to make another one. The next thing I made was I finished a balaclava that I made for my husband. I knit it. Yeah, I don't think he's worn it since I made it, but I did promise him that I would make it for him, so he has it now. It is very cold outside. There's probably a foot of snow outside and it's been consistently -20 Celsius. I guess he's not interested in balaclavas. He's been wearing his toques instead, and that's fine. I also made a little rabbit that I made to signify my husband. I talked about it in my Crochet and Knit podcast. I have not made its mate yet. I am not in the mood for knitting lately. I also made a little sweater for the little guy, and I will insert a photo here. Little things are so cute, and I really do love that. Then I made a bag called the Totally Roomy Bag by Sarah Merriam. I really like Sarah Merriam's bag patterns and I like her tutorials as well. She explains the process very well and it makes me feel like a professional bag maker. I made the Totally Roomy bag for my mother-in-law. She came to visit and so I made her that bag. I made it out of completely recycled materials, which is probably unsurprising if you've watched my videos for any length of time. And I'm very happy with how it turned out. I did scale the pattern to be 1.267 scale so that it was a little bit bigger because she wanted it to be carry-on size. It was my first time scaling a pattern and I did not enjoy it. I'm not going to do that again. The next thing I finished was a rug I made for my front room. I am also not going to go into too much detail about. I have included that in many other videos. Then I made my Halloween costume, which includes this wrap dress, which is the Modus wrap dress by Trauma Studio. She makes her patterns based on jazz singers. The sleeves, though, were made using a Rosary Apparel template, which is a free pattern, and then I made a cape to go with this dress. I was a basic witch. I have a video up on my channel of the process of making that costume. It was not warm enough. It turns out even in British Columbia, fall is colder than I anticipated. I knew that it would be really cold here in Alberta, but in British Columbia, it was also cold in fall, and I shivered the entire time. Do not recommend. The next thing I made was I made my husband's Halloween costume as well. We got a couple of blankets from the thrift store. I had this pattern that I got at a yard sale for a man's robe, and I just altered it a little to be a little bit more wizardy, and I hand stitched the whole thing using a blanket stitch. And then I cut out moon and star shapes and just pinned them onto the robe so that he could use the robe as a robe. He made the frame for his hat out of cardboard, and then I covered it in fabric. And I think his costume turned out really well. He held a wizard staff that he made that had a foil ball on the top, and it looked really magical. I'll include a photo here, him and some fireworks, which make it look like he's doing magic. I only made 2 more things to finish off fall, and both of them are crochet because I had a lack of sojo at the end of fall. I have not sewn since October. And I made this sweater, which is the Eternal Seasons cardigan. I will share some try-on clips here, and I really like this cardigan. I think it is the best cardigan I've ever crocheted. And I want to make another one because I think it's a very flattering fit and it's warm but breathable. I made this cardigan out of some yarn I got that I harvested from a sweater I got at the thrift store, which was $10. It's a wool blend with acrylic, and it's really warm and this nice ice blue color. I crocheted the whole thing with a 6mm hook, so it worked up really fast. It only took me a month to make this, which I feel like is pretty fast for crochet. I'm not a particularly fast crocheter, but I really did enjoy the process and it came together really quick. It's a very simple pattern to make, but I learned a lot because it turns out that what's important in crochet is not really the complexity of the pattern, but the finishing touches you put on it. So what makes this one really pop is the way the neckband is made, the cuffs on the sleeve, and the buttons. So I really enjoy that pattern, and I am going to make another one. Then with the leftover yarn, I made this, I'm going to call it a hood. It is a nice crochet hood that I just made up the pattern and it turned out really nice. I did single crochet in the back loop only for the entire thing. I made a rectangle to go along the top of my head and then picked up around and worked my way down. So it's basically the same as the balaclava I made for my husband, but it's made out of crochet. And then I just added a few more stitches, 5 more stitches once I got under my chin, and then made a buttonhole in that and added a button on this side. And then once it was all done, I showed it to my sister and she said I should add some scallops to the edges. So I made scallops with quite a bit of a thinner yarn in white, and I think it's very pretty and it is definitely very warm. And what I like about it is it's a hat and a scarf in one, so it's practical, but also because it's not a typical balaclava, it doesn't slide over my hair and cause static, so my hair doesn't get all staticky and messy when I put this on or take it off. So I'm very pleased with that. That's everything that I made in fall. I didn't go into a heck ton of detail on some of them because I have made videos about them previously. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who watches my videos and who has subscribed. I had a goal of in my first year of YouTube to have 100 subscribers at the end, and I am at 154 subscribers as of filming. That is amazing because it's not even been a year. I started in March this year and it's now December 2nd, so it's 3 months less than a year. I love sharing my sewing and crocheting projects with you guys, and I'm thrilled that you are interested in enough to subscribe to my channel to see more of my content, and I will continue making videos because I really enjoy making it and I love sharing what I make with you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!